let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Okay, this is Andy Graham with the Ask Andy Show. I'm back in the USA after leaving Vilcabamba. I go to Europe here in about 3 or 4 weeks, mostly Croatia and Bulgaria, Montenegro, Moldova. I'm going to Ukraine, I'm going to Turkey, but I first fly into Norway. Okay, question. Jean J. asked, how often do expats get in trouble with the law, criminal problems in Ecuador? For what kind of offenses and how are they typically treated? What I'm basically asked, compared to the U.S., what can an expat expect? I constantly have people tell me I would never get in trouble for doing this blank country in this blank country. I expect most places are more severe. Most of the people that get in trouble in Ecuador or most countries is because of drinking and drugs, okay? And there's kind of this belief that that's propagated by the expats that they just don't care about drugs, okay? And that it's tolerated and it's just part of the culture, because like you'll get in Peru or Bolivia and you'll hear people act like, hey, it's part of their culture. Cocaine is part of their culture, and these people believe this shit, okay? And then they start getting more and more open, and the next thing you know, but see, most police in the planet make money by shaking down people. So what they want to do is they'll shake down a foreigner for cash, right? And now Vilcabamba, Ecuador, where I was just at, was obviously one of the marijuana capitals of the South America. It's a place where a lot of the gringos, I would say close to 80% of the foreigners there were smoking dope. And it was quite obvious. They got like these, but they didn't do it publicly. They did it at home, but everybody was always talking. You watch a 65-year-old guy come up to me and ask my friend, what was his name, Jeff, where he could buy, an ounce of marijuana. And you're sitting there going, jeez, it's like, but this is the kind of stuff that they could do. And then they get to the point where they see so many do it, they think that it's just tolerated. Now, it is relatively not, they're not searching for drug users and stuff, but obviously a lot of the people start to act like they own the country. They're not a visitor, and then what they do is they come to the notice of the police because they're walking around acting stupid or silly or drunk or whatever. Anytime after about 10 or 11 o'clock at night till 7 o'clock in the morning, it's a good time to get arrested, okay? And the people, normally police just shake you down and make you pay some money and let you loose. But if they really found a large quantity of marijuana on you, or cocaine, or one of these different things, they would hold you in jail until somebody came up with some money, okay? Ecuador isn't a big problem here. There's not that. Strange as you see is most people have watched these movies, like, where these guys get thrown into jail in Thailand and do it, and they believe it hook, line, and sinker, and they do it. I did read an article about somebody that got thrown in jail in Ecuador, and what you'll find is most countries you go to, there's kind of almost like a need for your family to support the person in jail. So they would send them money every day. This person had diabetes, and they had to get $10 a day, give it. And this is not easy to do, right? So you're going to have to support that person. But most of the people that get thrown in jail deserve to go to jail. Okay, they did something. They're not some romantic, nice person that did stuff. They were jacking around with the local culture to the point where they got thrown in jail. They were drawn to attention, and they decided to make an example of them. These are not stupid people. They know who the troublemakers are, and they put them in jail. If you are arrogant, I'm calling them the triple A's, arrogant American assholes. Okay, this is the person that believes somehow they come right and they have the right to destroy the local culture. And you think that's what they're doing. When you come down there, you wear dreads, you got tattoos all over your thing, and and everybody around you, the locals don't have this, you're basically changing their culture, and they're changing their children, and they don't like it. So you have to be wise. You can dress any way you want to, but you got to realize that changing another culture is annoying people. I mean, not everybody appreciates just anybody and everybody coming into their community and acting like they own the place. And this is the AAA people, the arrogant American assholes. They act like they have the money, therefore they make the rules. And they're a visitor. They're an alien. Sometimes, but the biggest problems you have is usually drugs. The other one is visa overstays, but usually they just slap your hand and kick you out of the country and say you can't come back for a year or something like that. There isn't a lot of criminal behavior outside the United States. I do know that there's a lot of pedophiles and that leave the United States to go to other places, and they are looking for young girls and young boys to because they basically are on a watch list in the United States. So I do know that there's a high preponderance of this type of person, much more than in the local population in the United States. So but most of the expat communities don't put up with this stuff, and they don't like it, and they basically will become very serious about it. But as far as getting thrown in jail in Ecuador, it's kind of rare, okay? And most of it has to do with marijuana or cocaine or something like that. And I watch people walking around Vilcabamba, obviously bouncing off the walls because they're doing ayahuasca or San Pedro, the local hallucinogens right there, and eventually they will go to jail. But it's not as serious as you think. It's like any culture. They want these things to stop, and there is no value for them keeping you in jail. It's just going to cost them money. So it's not a value to beat them. Now, much more serious in Southeast Asia or something where they'll actually execute you for doing drugs. But obviously, if your son is going down to Ecuador and he's a big pot smoker, drug dealer, he's going to get in trouble, and it will be more serious, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. People that get in trouble in the United States get in trouble things. So if you've got in trouble in the United States, you're going to get in trouble in Ecuador. But are they going to keep you in jail? Probably not. They're going to let you out because it's costing, and they're going to just deport you, right? What we won't do with the illegal aliens in America, they will do there. You can't live in another country without having your visas and stuff. Except in the United States, then you can be an illegal alien and live here and almost get a driver's license in California. That's nice. I can't live in other countries without having permission by the country in some way to be there. But you can also live in another country forever and not get a visa because if you're a good guy, okay? So, because they're not really looking for this stuff. But obviously, all the things start to be enforced when they catch you out at 3 o'clock in the morning, stone on your brain, and an ounce of marijuana in your pocket. And guess what? I think you deserve to go to jail. So, obviously if you do stupid things, you're going to do it. And this is not sneaking up on everybody. They're not that naive. They know this stuff's illegal, and they still do it. This is arrogance. This is the AAA, arrogant American asshole, being a bad citizen abroad, not being a good ambassador.
We can pack up tomorrow. Tonight, let's flip a coin.